I got asked recently, hey Stix, why do you play gacha games? They're predatory, they have bad stories, they have bad voice acting, they have bad combat. I mean, yeah, sure, some of them do, but it doesn't mean all of them do. I played my very first gacha game December 2022. That game was Genshin Impact. That game spawned this entire channel. Back then, just a little over 2 years ago, I had this perception of what gacha games were. I thought they were just your typical low budget, low quality mobile game. And tell me if you can relate to this. I thought that they were games that didn't really have a story. I thought they were games that didn't really require much engagement or much interaction. Little did I know, over the span of just a couple year period, we'd get games like Arknights, like Punishing Grey Raven, like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Path to Nowhere, Blue Archive, that over the course of the next few years, the 2020s, we would be getting games like Wuthering Waves, Project Mugen, Unending Dawn, Arknights Enfield. These are gacha games that have the production value, the funding, and the quality and polish of non-mobile games. Games that are targeting console, that are targeting PC, that are typically AAA budget, that are backed by studios that have been around for decades, developing games for decades. It's gotten to a point where whenever Hoyo announces a game, people automatically know that it is going to be a success. It doesn't matter if the game sucks. It doesn't matter if the gameplay isn't very good. It doesn't matter if the narrative isn't very good. The game's entire success, regardless of the quality of the title, is attributed solely to the fact that it is a Hoyo game. Just like whenever a game gets announced from NetEase or Netmarble, people immediately go, ew, these studios are producing some of the best quality video games, some of the most popular video games in the world. Genshin has made billions of dollars. NIKKE alone makes upwards of $15 to $40 million a month. Blue Archive, Arknights, Honkai Star Rail, they all make millions, if not tens of millions of dollars every single month. Honkai Star Rail specifically has made over $1 billion already. Gacha gaming is continuing to grow. It is a market that is being tapped into by every single company and every single country. Even Microsoft is trying to create their own gacha game in the vein of Genshin Impact. I started playing gacha games December 2022 because I've been playing MMOs predominantly for the last several years, and I got to a point where I was kind of burning out. I was bored. I couldn't really find an MMO to play to satiate that thirst I had for something fun, and at the same time something that didn't require devotion, like would require I invest my entire life into the game so that I could potentially play for 30 minutes a day or 3 hours a day, for 1 hour a week or 10 hours a week. It didn't matter. MMOs don't typically allow for that, and I think that's more or less where gacha games have kind of overtaken MMOs, but that's a discussion for another video. I found Genshin Impact because I'm a fan of large open world MMOs. Genshin provided that large open world. I played the beta test, I thought it was a lot of fun. I played the official version of the game. It ended up being very fun. I played it for a few months and then I thought to myself, I wonder what else the gacha genre has to offer. If Genshin Impact, if a mobile game can look this good, can be this good, evidently there are other games from other subgenres that can as well. Arknights was the second gacha game that I played. It was a strategy game. I love strategy games. I love the Total War games. Total War Shogun 2 is one of my favorites. Age of Empires, Warcraft 3, and The Frozen Throne. I love strategy games. I'm not typically a fan of tower defense games, but I started Arknights because I was promised a tactical style of gameplay. I loved it. I still play it. I've not missed logging in for a day since starting it back, I think like February or March 2023. And then it got to a point where I couldn't play Genshin anymore because I was trying to juggle several different gacha games. I was trying to juggle 2 different channels, this one and my main MMO channel. I was overwhelmed with trying out all these new gacha games, because gacha games are coming out more frequently than almost any other kind of game. Now, a lot of them are hit and miss. Some of them are actually quite exceptional, like Reverse 1999, NIKKE, Honkai Star Rail. But one of the things that I like most about playing a new game is that it's a new game. There are new characters, there is a new cast, there's a new story, new graphical style, new combat style, new things to explore, new things to do. I enjoy new things. Gacha games release monthly. I have a video series dedicated to this. There are about 5 to 10 gacha games that release globally that I'm aware of every single month, and being presented with so many opportunities, I kind of decided that gacha games were where I was going to be spending the majority of my time. On the one hand, I can play them via an emulator. On the other hand, I can play them on my phone. So I can play them while taking a dump. I can play them while playing another game, like let them play themselves. Or I can play them on my computer as a main game, like with Punishing Gray Raven, like NIKKE, like Blue Archive. I like having the option to play my gacha games wherever I can. This is something that I could never do with an MMO. I like the fact that I can log into Blue Archive and complete my dailies in 5 minutes. Or I can log into Blue Archive and do the events. I can log into Blue Archive and continue with the story. I can log into Blue Archive and I can continue through the chapters. I'm at chapter 22 or 23 currently. I could do the same with NIKKE. 10 minutes of dailies a day for the next 5 weeks, and then continue with the story and not fall behind at all. Or I can spend half an hour every single day. It doesn't matter. I can completely leave a game. I last played Genshin 8 months ago. When I go back to Genshin, all my characters are gonna be there. The vast majority of them are still gonna be competitive. I don't have to worry about playing catch up with other people and other players. I can continue from immediately where I left off, and there is just more to do. There is no need for me to spend more time than I want to in any game. Regardless of how much fun I have in a game, I can just stop, leave it, go play something else, and come back when I'm ready. And that game should, in theory, still be there waiting for me. The reason I like gacha games, not all, the reason I like the good gacha games is because they respect my time. They allow for me to play at my own pace and at my own rate. Therefore, I'm not forced into playing excessively, and then I don't burn out. I can enjoy them whenever and however I want. And the fact that there's so many incredible looking gacha games that are coming out this year, next year, we're gonna be eating real good. Now, I am curious what you guys are looking forward to in 2024 and 2025. Personally, I'm really excited for Unending Dawn, for Black Beacon, Wang Yua, Wuthering Waves, Arknights Enfield, Project Mugen, Duet Night Abyss. Like, there are so many games that I'm really, really excited for. And there will be more over the course of the year. And the best part is, I don't have to play any of them for longer than a week, 2 weeks, a month, if I don't want to. And neither do you. Now, if you're looking for a new gacha game, then I actually have you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now that you should totally check out.